We've been talking to Dr. Joyce Brothers, and she has just written, I understand this is a bestseller now,
yes,
too,
it's on all
many
the
bestseller lists.
all the bestseller lists that I know of.
That's
New York
terrific.
Times.
It's called How to Get Whatever You Want Out of Life. And here it is. We've touched on a lot of topics, and I wish we had time to touch on 100 more. I even have a lot of questions I'd like to ask you. In fact, what are you doing after the show? Would you consent to come back and talk to us another time?
I'd be just delighted.
That would be great. Dr. Joyce Brothers. Thank you. Stay with us as we break for this important message.
Pardon me, Cookie Monster.
What? Who that?
It's me, the roving reporter.
Hmm?
Don't let me interrupt you. Go ahead and eat your cookies.
Cookies? Me no eat cookies now.
No cookies? I thought all you ate was cookies.
No, monster no can eat only cookies and be healthy.
Oh?
First, me eat meat and fish.
No cookies. Meat and fish. Well, why?
They give me protein and strength.
I see. Then now you're going to eat cookies.
No, now eat vegetables like carrots and peas.
Oh.
Give me vitamins.
Oh, they're good for you. And now the cookies?
No, me eat fruit. It give me energy.
Oh, that looks delicious. Okay, now what are you going to eat?
Now milk for good bones and teeth.
Aha! Now for dessert?
Right.
A whistle? A whistle for dessert?
Sure. Blowing whistle give me strong lungs. And... cookies!
I know our audience has a lot of questions for our special guest from the Lou Grant Show, so what do you say we welcome back lovely Linda Kelsey. Linda, are you game for a few questions?
Sure.
All right, let's go out and shoot. You know what I'm going to do, Jeff? Jeff is our director, and he's probably going crazy up there, but I'm going to run over to this other bleacher, because I think we passed over some of these folks over here, and I'm sure they have some questions. And here's one right down the front. What's your name?
Chris. I'm a really big fan of yours, and I watched every Monday night. And I wanted to know, how is it like to work with like Animal and the guy that plays Rossi? And
you mean with those two in particular, or well, the Animal, it gets in he has the most trouble because so many photographers think he represents them badly, you know, by his image. But Daryl is not like him at all. He's very quiet, gentle, you know, clean-shaven person. And Bobby Walden and I have a wonderful time working together. We love the relationship of the conflict, you know, that Rossi and Billy have. So we really enjoy that. It's an actor's dream to get to fight all the time and, you know, have all that stuff.
Okay, here's the lady. What's your name?
Nancy Ratcliffe, and I'm an even bigger fan of yours. You talked about your private life before. Well, what do you do? Do you go to parties or just read?
That doesn't leave much in between. There's either a party tonight or you're going to stay home and read.
I'm a very kind of reclusive person, actually. I have a very quiet life. I don't live alone, so I do have companionship, and I like to read. I like to garden. I usually sleep after I go home, I learn my lines, I eat dinner, and I sleep. So weekends I garden a lot. I don't party much.
A lot of people think because you live in Hollywood and that you're in the acting profession, people just think of that as a whoopee business, you know, and one big party after another. And
right.
To me, it's kind of important because I live out there. I'm in a different kind of a work, but essentially, you know, it's people to have a tendency to think that because we're in this business and because we have the opportunity to meet a lot of other people in the business and people that they look up to, that we're always partying. And there's never, if you're busy and if you're successful, there's never time to party. There really isn't, or not very much. Anyway, enough. Can I get off my soapbox? Here's the lady. What's your name?
Pamela Broadnax, and I want to ask you, are you recognized a lot when you go out?
I am in Columbus. Yeah, I am, more and more. Usually I'm recognized as, in a funny way, people think they went to college with me. Or the people come up to me and they say, "You're in my macrame class, right?" You know, they never quite make the connection. Sometimes I feel them about a block away. They'll go, "Oh, that's where I know her from." But I do get recognized. But gently.
Okay. What's your name?
My name's Peg. I'd like to know if you'd rather work on television or be in plays or that kind of stuff. What you'd rather do most?
Well, I like it both. I haven't done a play for a long time, for about 5 years now, so I'd like to get back on the stage. I like working on film, too. It's entirely different. It's a different work schedule. It's a different kind of work, so, which I could elaborate on, but we don't have time. So I like to do it all.
Got a gentleman right back here in the corner. I hope you can get to him, Jeff. What's your name?
My name's Gus Miller. You see, I dressed up especially for this. You see, because I knew you were going to be on. No, actually, I wanted to ask. Well, I know that you're recognized a lot sometimes. Do you do television shows and that sort of thing a lot, or is this like a new thing, or did you just come to see us here on America Goes Bananas?
All of the above. I've come to be doing more of this since I've been on the show longer, and people are more interested in inviting me to do things like this. So for all those reasons, you know, and I've been doing it more and more, and I enjoy it a lot. Teaches me a lot about me.
Yeah, we'd love to have you back anytime.
Thank you.
Now I'm going to go back over here, and I think I should give one of the adults, or one of the parents, I should say, a chance to ask the question. Anybody have a question? Parents? Eileen, why don't I go to you?
You would ask me a question.
Yeah, no way.
Are there any plans for another season? Has this been finalized?
It hasn't been finalized. We're all counting on it. We have a good, strong show. So it's traditional with the networks to wait until April to tell you for sure. So we're all hoping.
Yes, I hope so too.
Thank you.
Linda, you know, I was always also a big fan of the Mary Tyler Moore Show, and I was always curious how they made the transition and how they kept the character Lou Grant going from that comedy to a drama. And your show is definitely a drama.
Yeah, with some comic
Yeah.
overtones or undertones. It was very, very hard, especially for Ed, I think, coming from a very broad kind of comedy into a serious vein. I think if anybody, Ed has said this, and it's almost a quote, if we had known how hard it would have been, maybe we wouldn't have tried
All
it.
stayed in the situation comedy business.
Yeah.
But it is a good show. One of my favorite shows was the one where you had to go to the underground terrorists and make connection with a girl that you had been in college with or something.
Uh-huh.
And I really liked that show because one of the things I liked about it was you built up to all the potential violence, but the violence was the part that you were able to go past. You didn't have to have any violence, and yet the show really kept your attention. And there aren't very many shows on television, particularly in the hour dramatic series vein, that don't include at least 10 or 15 minutes worth of real hardcore violence.
Yeah, well, I must say that our producers are committed to that. We will not show an act of violence on the Lou Grant
That's
Show.
great. I wondered about that. Well, I'm going to watch for you on Monday nights once again. I really do enjoy the show. I don't always get to see them, but I do watch. And you have been a terrific guest. I really enjoyed having you with us.
I enjoyed it.
Thank you, Linda Kelsey. Next, between TJ and myself. See, you can sit next to the host of a national television show and a guy who's going to have $1 million, be president, and have 3 more wishes. She's going to get a good relationship going with TJ here. Our thanks today to a super lineup of great guests. We really have had a good one today. Warner Brothers animator Chuck Jones. Dr. Joyce Brothers for all of her advice. And a big bananas thank you to Linda Kelsey. Bye.